If you are receiving this transmission, you are the Cynical Militia. You are listening to Professor Cynical on all available frequencies. This is not a test.
Coming to you from a studio in Glasgow, this is Professor Cynical.
Good day, you absolute legends. Welcome back to the Community Talk Show. I'm your host, Professor Cynical. Now, a bombshell has just landed 12 hours ago over on Mr. Murray's Twitter. We have, ladies and gentlemen, as you can see on screen right now, the next emoji for the next No Man's Sky update. Now, this has created a small divide within the community because it's a waving hand emoji, and a lot of people are obviously speculating on what it could be, but there are a few in the comments that we will go over in just a second that think it could be something else, and think it could actually be the end of No Man's Sky as we know it. I know, right? So we are going to be speaking about everything today. This is the Community Talk Show. For the people, by the people. It's a community talk show where you, ladies and gentlemen, have a voice. So if you want to be on the beaten, pulsing edge of the No Man's Sky discussion, all you need to do, ladies and gentlemen, is to join my Discord. Link in the video description down below, where there are amazing conversations happening over there. Everything No Man's Sky, everything Hello Games, and everything Light No Fire related. So like I said, link in the description down below, or alternatively you can leave me your comments under this video with what we are talking about today. So the waving hand emoji, it could mean hello or it could mean goodbye, and that is what the community is currently speaking about and debating right now. So I have this up on screen, and this was a post I made. Waving emoji could be two things: something to do with waves, which is what we'll get onto in just a second, or from the comments underneath, which again we'll look at. It could mean goodbye. What do you guys think? And this is what you, the community, had to say when I asked that question. Could be greetings by Commissioners Full. Hallows and Eve put this: honestly doubt it's goodbye. Even when Light No Fire releases, I kind of doubt No Man's Sky support and updates will just go away. I absolutely agree, because it's too easy. It's too easy to look at the waving hand emoji and then just instantly speculate that that means it's goodbye. I don't think it's goodbye. I think it's hello. I think it's something to do with either the update that's coming and it's going to be doing with waves or something similar, or it could be hello because Light No Fire, we know that is going to be released at any point. So it could be something to do with that as well. So who knows? But at the end of the day, I really do not think that it is a goodbye, because Hello Games wouldn't just stop support overnight for No Man's Sky. I can't see it. I really can't see it. If it's goodbye, I'm gonna cry. Oh, me too. Me too. I mean, I will literally be holding a picture of Sean Murray rocking in the corner and babbling to myself like a big baby. Like, I don't see it. I do not see that happening. Cobalt Dale Gaming puts this: you say hello, I say goodbye. Maybe a Beatles theme. Maybe it could be a Beatles theme. Who knows? But, I mean, at the end of the day, it could be something else entirely. We know the track record when it comes to emojis, that sometimes the emojis don't land as Mr. Murray intended, because sometimes he posts the emojis and it's a completely different update. And we've seen that before with things like fractals and things like that. So take it with a pinch of salt, because it is just a waving hand emoji, and there is a lot to speculate about that, naturally. Now, we're going to have a look at these comments real time, because there is that many to get through. And I'm just going to stop at this post, first of all, by Ray Reynolds, and obviously puts this meme picture up, and you're waving hello, not goodbye, right? Right? So it's, you know, this is the feeling, because the waving hand emoji, like I said, can be taken in many different ways. There are many ways you can take a waving hand emoji, hello or goodbye or whatever. So at the end of the day, it could mean one or two things. I'm still not leaning on it. This comment right here says, are we waving goodbye to No Man's Sky and hello to Light No Fire? Now that is a real possibility. Not saying that you know, No Man's Sky is going to get like instant stop support or anything, But it could be, a wave 2 Light No Fire coming into the mix. We are waiting for Light No Fire. It is going to be dropping at any point. At any point. I mean, I would assume that if Light No Fire was about to be like imminently released, then there would at least be another trailer. There would be a little bit more. There would be a bit more publication of it by Hello Games, by Mr. Murray, to drum up the hype. So I don't think it's going to be like an instant drop, but I can also understand why, people are thinking that. So again, let me know what you guys think about this comment section down below. This is what this talk show is all about. Is it the final update? Thank you, Hello Games, for this awesome journey. Again, the narrative here is a lot of people in the community think that this is going to be the last update, the final update. I don't see it. I just don't see it. Going off what we know about Hello Games and the way that they work, we know by now that they will continue support no matter what. And obviously, I know it's an aging game. Don't get me wrong. I know it's an aging game, and it is getting on a little bit. However, even with, for example, games as old as Gary's Mod or something like that, even to this day, there is still updates for games that are literally twice as old as No Man's Sky from developers. So even if the updates start to slow down, which is what I've already predicted will happen eventually, I don't think support will stop altogether, or updates will stop altogether, including content updates and drops like this. So I think that we're still good for a little while anyway. Another comment right here says, imagine being able to walk inside your spaceship. Absolutely, that would be the dream. I think they would have to add a new spaceship type in order to do that. Like, for example, in Star Citizen, I know I'm mentioning Star Citizen, don't like burn me or crucify me in the comments, but in Star Citizen, they have the ability, because they have bigger ships, you can walk inside and, fly around and whatnot. Freight is essentially a kind of the same thing. It's like the No Man's Sky equivalent, where we can walk about, but when it comes to like spaceships itself, they're just not big enough. The only thing that we can do is, go inside of a cockpit, because the ships just aren't big enough to accommodate that. So they could make bigger ships to accommodate that. Wink, wink, Hello Games. That would be really freaking cool. So the next comment we have here is Goofy Thought, but that's just me. How about for a final, we get to land on suns? Far-fetched, but let's say there is a special ship and a spacesuit that would allow it. Yes, absolutely. I have done experiments in the past where I have pulsed in a straight line for 5 days straight. And this isn't like, pretending game time. This is real world, live streamed, 5 days in a straight line to try and reach the sun. Spoiler alert, you don't ever reach it. But the game really bugs out and it's really cool. I think that's quite cool. Is it worth 5 days? Probably not. But at the end of the day, being able to get to a sun in No Man's Sky and maybe even like harvest it for like special resources would be amazing. I fully can get behind that comment. That would be peak. I would really enjoy that. But you never know. Maybe this update, the wish might be granted. Who knows? So this next comment here, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to read it. You can already see it. But let me know what you think about this in the comment section down below. And it has 20 likes as well. 20 likes. Like, why would anyone agree with this? Let the game die and focus on the next one. Please, good co-op system. Please, like, I'm sorry, but why would you want No Man's Sky to just die? Like, that is such a ridiculous comment, in my opinion. This individual that has written that as a comment does not represent the community, and I don't think they really like No Man's Sky to begin with, because, they're already saying such negative things like, oh, just let it die and move on. Well, clearly you just don't like No Man's Sky, and you just want the next thing. Like, you just obviously don't play the game. So, but 20 likes, 20 people in the community is like that? Like, come on, guys, let me know in the comment section what you think about this. But yeah, I don't agree with that comment at all. I don't think this guy truly plays No Man's Sky or even likes to play No Man's Sky, but for some reason he's commenting. Yeah, it's a whole thing, but yeah. Hype train, absolutely. The hype train has indeed started. So, what happens next, ladies and gentlemen? What happens next? We have the emoji drop. What happens next is that we get the Steam sales, Xbox sales, PlayStation sales, Mac sales. We get Nintendo Switch sales. We get sales across the entire platform. However, I have done my homework this morning and no sales yet. No sales yet. However, I do think that now will change in the coming days. Because as I've already predicted in a previous video, we normally get updates. I mean, updates can land like on any day, don't get me wrong. But going off previous history and data, it shows that the most likely time for an update to drop is on a Wednesday. And ladies and gentlemen, it is Sunday today. 3 days. 3 days till the next Wednesday. With the update dropping, there could now be, over the next 12, 24 hours, sales happening across the board, and then an update will drop on Wednesday or Thursday, I would say, at the latest, with the current pace. It could be longer, it could be short. I doubt it'll be shorter, but it could be past that. But at the current pace, with how things have gone previously, we could be looking at a Wednesday or a Thursday release. Now, of course, I brought the news over on my community tab on my YouTube channel and asked for your guys' input, and this is what you guys had to say. Multiplayer update. That is a very interesting take because it could be a multiplayer update indeed. The wave in hand could mean a lot of things. If you really look behind the meaning of a wave in hand, it means hello, it means, community, because the only time you wave to someone is because you're greeting them. So there very well could be an update behind that allows for better multiplayer experience. And I have been saying it for years that No Man's Sky needs a multiplayer update. So I agree, it could definitely be that. But we'll also get onto what I think in just a small bit. The next comment here is 8:30 p.m. I'm in the middle of 2 liters of vodka. I well think when I'm hungover, best time to think, not right now. Sleep it off, buddy. Sleep it off. Definitely sleep it off. Let me know what you think in the comment section when you're a bit more alive, eh? Lots of people are about to be like, goodbye wave. Like, I don't see it personally, but then again, stranger things have happened. So, it could be a brazen goodbye. That's us, bar out, and, next thing you know, that's it. Light no fire drops and Hello Games just gets pushed to a side. I'm not saying that it couldn't happen. Anything is possible. I just don't see it happening. And let me know what you guys think about it in the comment section down below. Do you think it will happen? Don't you think it will happen? I don't see it. I don't see it. Captain Steve puts this: perhaps it's the Void Mother saying hello world, like how the Atlantis did when we first interacted. More lore. Absolutely, Captain Steve. I like your take on this. I like your angle. It very well could be. Very well could be. I mean, again, we do have that kind of lure in No Man's Sky. When we first interacted with the Atlas, hello world. Hello. Hello games. Hello world. It could be a lore update. It could be new missions, new quest lines. So it could be something to do with the Void Mother indeed. Who knows? But I think you're on more of a right track there than, it's all doom and gloom and it's Hello Game saying goodbye. So definitely, I think you're more on a more straighter path there. Do I think that's what it definitely is? Hard to say, but it definitely holds merit because we do have that in the lore already. That emoji is to say hello, as in Hello Games and Waves, which we already have. And also to say bye-bye. Well, that's the thing with the waves thing. So my idea behind this is, yes, we have waves in No Man's Sky, and a wave and emoji is a wave. But I think if it's going to be like a wave update, then Mr. Murray won't just put a wave emoji because then that's obviously too obvious. So a wave in hand could mean waves. Yes, we have waves already, but what we don't have already is actual mechanics where we can build a structure on said waves, slap an engine on, and go and sail the seven seas. We don't have that in No Man's Sky. So, could the wave emoji be a wave update that allows for mechanics for us to build custom buildings, like, for example, a boat, and to allow it to actually sail the waves? That would be awesome. That's what I think. And I know it can be done. I have done it already in an experiment. Yes, it was with a mod, admittedly, but it can be done. I have tethered a ship to a building, slapped it on top of the ocean, and it rides the waves like in the ocean. That can be done right now in No Man's Sky. I just had to do it a different way, but the mechanics could still work the same. So that's what I think. Let me know what you guys think. Comment section down below. Would you like to have like the option to like build a ship in No Man's Sky, like a sailboat or something similar, being able to then slap some kind of propulsion system on it and go and drive it about the ocean, but actually have a fully functional movable base? That would be cool. That really, really, really would be cool. And then the last comment I have on the YouTube section here is, man, I really hope it's hello, like hello games and not goodbye. Again, a lot of people are saying that. I don't see it. So over my Discord, this is what you guys had to say about the update being dropped. Maybe it's to do with better multiplayer, since waving usually means you are saying hi to someone. Again, I've seen that already, as we've already discussed, that it very well could be a multiplayer update. And I would love for No Man's Sky to have actual proper multiplayer that fixes the code once and for all. No more bugginess, no more issues. And to even expand the multiplayer capabilities a little bit, where you can actually have more than like 4 people to a lobby, or 8 to 12 people really on a planet at any one time that you can physically see. And base loading in properly if you like go down and you join a friend's base, but they got a massive building and it takes ages to load in, if it actually loads in at all. So yeah, if they can fix those problems, amazing. I would support that. And yeah, that would be incredible. So as I put there, it could be saying goodbye, as a lot in the comment section underneath Murray's post seemed to think. So obviously I was trying to invoke the conversation there around that to try and get what people were saying. So someone put underneath that, waving feature with settlers and NPCs. Melee, hard to guess. NPCs in No Man's Sky in like industry standards are they're dumb NPCs. They don't really do much. They have, predictable outcomes when they speak. They have predictable like walk patterns. They don't really do anything other than that. So an NPC update, that could be things like AI, more interaction, giving us custom dialogue. NPCs actually do a lot more when, for example, they're walking about and interacting with their environment. That could definitely be a thing. The next comment here is, hi, we're still alive. I mean, it has been a small while since we've heard, obviously, really anything from the company, from Mr. Murray. Yeah, I know he posts the odd thing every now and again with, pictures from the community and whatnot, but it has been a small while, I must admit. So yeah. So this one right here says, my guess is, off the top of my head, it's called the wave emoji specifically. Could be hello or goodbye. They are hello games, to be fair. Could also take it as an association, i.e. it's the wave emoji, so maybe something to do with waves, although personally I don't think it's this one. They already did a lot of work to oceans and waves, so exactly, and that's the thing, they have already done work with waves in Worlds Part 1, Worlds Part 2, so it very well might not be waves. That's just what I think it could be, and that's what I would really like to see in game, but never say never. That's what this talk show is all about. Something to do with the gestures, perhaps, but this one seems a little too obvious on the nose for a typical Murray emoji drop. And that's the thing. That's what I was talking about. With previous updates, sometimes the emojis that Mr. Murray puts out aren't actually anything to do with the update. Like, for example, fractals. That one was a like a big misleading thing, because the emoji was one thing, but fractals were something completely different. So, chalk and cheese. It's whether or not this emoji is on point with what the update is. So we'll just have to wait and see. I don't think it's goodbye. Once again, everyone loves to jump straight to the worst case scenario. Exactly what I've been saying. It wouldn't be a goodbye No Man's Sky situation. It'd likely be something akin to say goodbye to a story, finally ending the storyline or slash solid end game mission, perhaps. Yeah, absolutely. Another one I'm a little iffy on, but it popped into my head, so offered it as an option. That's it, you know. Worst case scenario, I don't see it happening. Stranger things have happened, so I can't completely rule it out, as nobody can. But it could be, you know, it could be the next and last iteration to the No Man's Sky story, tying up loose ends. That's what it could be. So, you know, I can see more that than just, you know, goodbye, that's us, you know, bow out and pop to the shops. Mr. Ominous Scorn put this, to be fair, the wave emoji could be anything, but for me, it's a big update with the Void Mother appearing and the Atlas being reset. And on the flip side of that, I was kind of hoping it would signal a release date for Light No Fire. It very well could be a, you know, universal reset. You know, we have speculated about this years ago that there could be a reset coming, because a lot of rumors at the time was definitely swirling around that idea. But obviously, since then, No Man's Sky's got even more populated. There's loads of old bases everywhere, and it must be having some sort of server impact somewhere. So a reset, not out the realm of possibility. It could be a new era, like, hello, welcome to the new No Man's Sky, welcome to the new reset. I can see it. I mean, I don't agree with it, because, you know, then you lose all your stuff and you're having to start from scratch again. So I don't agree with it, but I can see it. Let me know what you think about the reset. Comment section down below. Now, ladies and gentlemen, before this emoji dropped, the talk show was going to still be about the update and the upcoming possibility of it. And this is what I asked the community at that time. What date do you think the update will be released? If you could have anything added into No Man's Sky, what would it be and why? And do you think the update will come with an expedition this time or not? So obviously this was prior to us having the emoji drop, but you know, it's still relevant for today's whole conversation because it's to do with the update. So let's see what you guys had to say about that. Not really concerned about dates of updates. I just hope it's cool. I would like them to add something to the game that stops it from changing pin missions, expeditions, I hope. The next one says, I want boats that I can actually sail / pilot. That way I can enjoy the surface of the water on a cool sailing yacht relaxing. Burger Lord, that's exactly what we've just been talking about. That's what I would really like to see as well, so I completely agree with you on that. Captain Steve puts this, kind of think that with the meetup happening and with all the school holiday, exam results, etc., I think the team at Hello Games might be a tad thin on the ground. I think the first or the second week of September might be happening sooner, buddy, but obviously at the time we didn't know this. After the jungle plants, we will get some Relic Bones themed decals in the QS store. After those, then an update will pop. I think it will be the arc part 4 of the Void Mother. So it's just basically the next kind of like storyline for the Void Mother. And we might get space station overrides at least, or station overrides at least. I mean, every update, I check the space station core to see if the overrides are flipping working yet. And for years, they haven't. But every update, I still check. And this update will definitely be no different. Think it will be big and creepy and add the jellyfish enemies from the Cursed Expedition to Void of Glass Realm like planets. And yes, I think we'll get an awesome expedition with this one. I think we will get an expedition with this one. I would be very surprised if we didn't. But again, we didn't get one last time. There's no guarantees we'll get one this time. But I think we will get one. What I hope gets added is raids in the Realm of Glass or the Void with decent loot. And I hope that they add in the... I can never say this. Aradni story path. Is that how you say Aradni? Let me know in the comment section down below. Yeah. I mean, the Realm of Glass, you know, has been in the lore of the game. You know, there's been hints about it over the years. So actually seeing the Realm of Glass would be really cool, and actually going in and raid and get loots. I like where you're going with that. I think that would be really cool. There are 3 main things I would like to add to No Man's Sky if I could. Better animal AI. It would be cool to see animals migrate across a planet's surface, staying in herds or solitary predators, hide and try to hunt from the shadows of the trees. That would be flipping cool, because AI for No Man's Sky, it's not just NPCs, but the animals as well and the life forms. They could do with a brush up. So having more like better pattern recognition, having more actual animal behaviors would be pretty damn sweet. Completely agree. Forest and rivers. Dense forests would add so much to the game. I imagine the dense ones being filled with dangerous monsters. In rivers, you would be able to find small deposits of gold and other minerals along with smaller fish swimming along. That would be really cool. I like your ideas there. Dangerous creatures. Of course, there are certain sea creatures that will attack you if you mine certain resources. That is very true. But I think it would be interesting if maybe at night on certain planets or caves, large dangerous creatures come out and attack you. Maybe even deep sea creatures the size of entire freighters in the darkness of the deepest oceans, and they could attack the submarine. I mean, imagine like a giant like squid or something like latching onto your submarine and trying to like drag you down to the depths, and you're taking damage and, you know, your hole's cracking. Oh, I could imagine that. That would be flipping awesome. Amazing comment there. I really like your ideas there. I would love to see everything on that list. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about that comment down below. But yeah, I agree with pretty much everything you said. I would like that living ship get updated to be like every other starship. Absolutely. I mean, more ship varieties in No Man's Sky is always only ever really a good thing. So having a living ship in No Man's Sky, but having like more updated to be more in line with the current ships that we have. I mean, even just a ship overhaul when it comes to like what technologies and stuff are available, like giving us some new pew-pews on some new abilities that the ships can do. Completely agree. I want Hello Games to add player-owned space stations. Yes, that would be amazing. Having your very own space station that maybe you can go ahead, and that's maybe what the Space Station Core can do for you. It can unlock, give you ownership of the space station, and then you like take a cut of the profit on the shops and whatnot and everything that it sells, or something even out there like, you know, it could be for factions or something similar, and you can go and take over other players like space stations and so on. I mean, there could be so much that could be done with space stations. But yeah, having your own space station as a start, that would be incredible. Next Wednesday, August 27th, would be my guess. Something tells me that there will be an emoji before this weekend. There will be an expedition, though, I hope. You was pretty much spot on, and that was 3 days ago. Before the weekend, it was on the weekend, but before the weekend was out, you definitely called it. Could be the 27th. It very well could be. So yeah, that was a scarily accurate comment, I'm not going to lie. A galaxy dedicated to war, 256 galaxies and no PvP arena, better ships, weapons, etc. Most look-dated missions against rogue alien solar systems with cool stories. Give us war, hand one galaxy over to modders. I have been saying it for a while that No Man's Sky needs PvP, but it needs to be implemented correctly because not everybody wants PvP in No Man's Sky, and that's something that we have to, you know, fully appreciate. But there are 256 galaxies, so they could siphon off a few galaxies, let's say random ones like 251, 252, 253 or something, for PvP specialized zones. And you would get a massive warning before you went over to those galaxies saying, look, this is a PvP area. If you go to that galaxy right now, no matter what settings you are on, you will die. You will, you know, run the risk of losing your stuff or whatever the case is. Do you agree to go forward? And then you have the choice to go in. I think that would be the probably the most best and simplest way to do it. But yeah, I completely agree. More pew-pew in No Man's Sky, in my opinion, is a want. And I've shown that there is a want and need for it with previous videos and experiments that I've done. So I agree. I do agree. I need a black hole update. I mean, to be fair, black holes in No Man's Sky has been in the game for a very long time, but they are random. They take you from A to B. They destroy half your ship half the time, and you don't really have a say in where you go. I mean, they could be black holes. I mean, we have white holes they could be adding, so maybe it acts like a proper wormhole. So you go into a black hole and it spits you out in a white hole somewhere else in the galaxy. I mean, there could be so many more things added in No Man's Sky that we know already exist in real life in space. So, you know, it would be cool to see No Man's Sky or Hello Games look into updates like that. So it's not just about black holes, but it's about white holes. It's about quasars. It's about pulsars. I mean, at the end of the day, space is immense. Space, and we only know literally nothing about space. But what we do know is very, very limited. But, you know, I can see like quasars and stuff being in No Man's Sky. That would be freaking cool. But yeah, so there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. So much conversation, so much discussion happening around this new update. You guys have been so vocal. The community right now is very much 50-50 with what this new update could be. Half of the people think it's goodbye from Hello Games, goodbye for No Man's Sky, and hello Light No Fire. Half of the community think it's just to do with an update, maybe something to do with waves, maybe something to do with multiplayer, maybe something else entirely, maybe something to do with storyline and missions. But let me know what side of the fence that you are on, ladies and gentlemen. Comment section down below. Be involved in the conversation. And of course, I will be covering this entire event, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be covering the entire update on this channel. So as soon as I get an update when the sales start to drop, like the Steam sales, Xbox, and so on, you guys will be the first to know about it. It'll all be in video format and over on my community post as well. So make sure that you are subscribed with the notification bell ticked as well. Also, can I ask a massive favor before you leave? If you have enjoyed today's video, there is a new option down below called Hype. It's completely free, doesn't cost you a single penny. If you click on the hype video, it helps me and this video get a more wider audience because YouTube will help promote the video by pressing the hype button. So it's a new feature that's just been unlocked on my channel. So if you could do that for me, if you enjoyed that video, press the hype button for me because it would really help out a lot. So thank you all very much for watching nonetheless. And as always, my name is Professor Cynical and I'll catch you all again in the next one. Bye for now.
Join the Cynical Militia on Professor Cynical's Patreon. No exclusive perks needed. Just your passion for epic space adventures and bold discussions keeps the galaxy spinning. Choose your tier. Fuel the mission. Repent Jar. $1 a month. Forgiveness for your ad block sins. A pack of Monster. $5 a month. Keep the creative thrusters firing. Absolute Legends. $10 a month. That got me thinking. $50 a month. A bold, questionable financial decision that screams you're all in. Why join? Every pledge strengthens the Cynical Militia, keeping Professor Cynical's YouTube channel a thriving hub for No Man's Sky fans, craving news, updates, and unfiltered discussions. You're not just a supporter, you're part of a galactic community that dares to explore and think differently. Don't just traverse the stars, own them. Enlist now at patreon.com/ProfessorCynical1 and let's conquer the No Man's Sky universe together.